What is going on, guys, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing an Elluna guide for those of you guys who want to start picking up Elluna and playing her to her utmost potential. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. If you guys do, consider subscribing and joining the Dota Chronicles community, and leave a comment down below and tell me which one is your favorite character of Supervive. Right now, one of my favorite characters has always been Aluna, even from the beginning of the game. Her and Felix, which are to me one of the most fun characters in the game, but today it's going to be all about Aluna. So she's not your average healer. A lot of players pick up Aluna thinking she's just all about healing. She dishes out quite a bit of damage. Now, she's not among the best DPS in the game by no means, but she's still able to provide so much utility for her team. The fact that you're able to pick up an allied wisp and move them to a better location and revive them at the same time is absolutely fantastic. That is on your passive, which is Soul Pack. You're able to pick up and carry allied wisps. That is very, very important because that is one of your better abilities, because you're able to just relocate one of your allies who got taken down. You're able to relocate them into a better position thanks to both of your dashes. You have a long range aerial dash and you also have your regular dash. The aerial dash is just so far. You're able to cross pretty much the entire screen. It's so far. You're able to get into much better positionings. There's a lot of play styles to Aluna. A lot of Aluna players like to play very, very defensive, and I like to play very, very aggressive, whether I like to put as much damage on the field as possible while still doing my job, healing my team, and doing the best job I can to revive, because it can be very, very easy to revive on Aluna. She has the capabilities that no other hero in the game has, and that gives you a very, very big advantage. However, I am not afraid to go toe to toe with DPS characters and do as much damage as possible. I do like to brawl on this character, and thanks to my AoE heal, which is my Moonlight Blessing, I can either summon that for myself or I can also pass it over to an ally to heal them as well. I'm able to boost myself and play much more aggressive than other characters would be able to do, especially if I'm out leveling them. I'm able to just go toe to toe with some of the best DPS characters in the game. Obviously, if I'm out leveling them, if we are equal on level, I definitely keep my distance and try and use my root, which is my left click, which is called Dark Side Binding, which basically you fire a shot that roots and does AoE damage after a short delay. That root is very important to land, and the AoE damage is also pretty good, but one of the weaknesses of Aluna is that you don't have any hard CC. That can be quite problematic as you're not able to stun enemies out of their ultimates or out of any of their abilities. Your root is pretty good, but it's not a hard CC, so that's kind of where you lack a little bit, and sometimes you can get bursted if you are very under leveled, or if your teammate can't peel for you, you might have some issues there. So I do recommend you guys playing with the likes of Oath, Kingpin, and Felix. These are pretty good pairings for you to be playing Aluna. Oath can easily back you up and also dishes out quite a bit of damage. He also has a shield, so you're able to get some protection there, as well as he's very bulky with a lot of HP, so that's going to benefit you a lot as well. And Kingpin and Felix are going to be dishing out a ton of damage on the map, so you can keep them sustained, and also they're mostly going to take most of the pressure, as a lot of people see Aluna and they don't think that she's going to be doing a whole lot of damage until they get picked off by her. So I do recommend playing very aggressive on this character, not to play super defensive. Obviously, you don't want to rush into 4 enemy heroes because it's not going to go very well for you, but if you are playing smart and you're going pick off after pick off, or you're just poking, you're going to do very, very well with her. I do really enjoy poking as much as possible, especially when there's way too many enemies nearby. I will typically just stay there and poke until they hard commit, and then I'm able to use that Moonlight Blessing to be able to get that extra HP for me and my ally. And if they are a melee character, it's going to be much better, because if we're close quarters combat with Aluna and a melee character, we're going to have a really good time because we're both going to benefit off that healing, or I can always just pass it over to them if they need it the most. And your ultimate is going to be Divine Intervention, which you channel a heal on an ally. It can also be used to resurrect Wisp. One of the most important abilities that you have, and something that gets very underutilized in most games, but the game is so chaotic and so fun that sometimes you really lose track of yourself and forget how many abilities you actually have and the amount of potential you have to heal an ally, and the fact that it can be used to resurrect as well. So you do have a lot of capabilities on that front, but again, I like playing her very aggressive. I like getting in people's faces and doing as much damage as possible. That is typically my playstyle, especially if I see that they're very low level. I'm definitely going to go toe to toe and be very, very aggressive. It's very fun to play Aluna aggressively, and I usually will pick the hybrid class. That's typically the best one in my opinion. It provides you with good enough damage and also tank ability, or I will typically pick up the damage if I'm feeling spicy and I want to go for more duels and for more kills around the map. But overall, you guys should be having a really good time. It's a very easy character to pick up, not a very complex kit. It's one of the easier characters in the game. I think her ultimate does require some skill to actually play and use consistently, because sometimes you can get very involved in the brawls and kind of forget what your job is at the end of the day. You need to keep your team sustained and you need to stay alive for those res plays to happen. So sometimes you can get carried away. So I do recommend that sometimes you start thinking that you're still a healer and you want to be able to do your job properly and not always go toe to toe for the fights, and keep yourself as close to your allies as possible. That way you can res them quickly or pick them up in your soul pack and be able to move them away to a better position until you can res them. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about Elluna, the Celestial Combat Medic. One of the best characters in the entire game in my opinion. Super fun, and if you guys have not played her, you definitely should give her a shot. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys learned something, leave a comment down below and leave a like. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.